feel like I should point out that I didn't notice until right now that that guy has got massive, massive feet. Why, exactly? I was going to say that the Mew was just telling him to get good, but then I just noticed the gigantic feet and I just didn't know what the hell to bloody say, so I winged it. Anyhow, who actually believes me when I say that this is being recorded off of the N64 itself? Because I'm kind of trying to piece together how the hell it... yeah. For the record, I've not actually recorded this before. I've not done any sort of test recording, so for all I know, there could be a hell of a lot of desync here, but we're going to give this a go. If it tests out well enough, this could well be the first segment of this LP. I wanted to do something reasonably quick, and I figured might as well do Pokemon Snap before I go into some sort of bigger project. Probably going to be another Pokemon ROM hack of some variety, or I could maybe just throw a curveball somewhere and just do something entirely different, so let's go ahead here. Apparently this guy's last name is Schnapp, but we're just going to completely ignore that. We're going to go for something a bit stupid here, so is there like a character limit? Well, it's got to be at least 6 or 7, so I can at least type in Doofus here. So this is Doofus, and apparently he's good at taking pictures.
Hello there.
I like the weird look he has on his face when he points towards stuff that's, like, to the left of him. He's just like, eh. It just happened again. This is so stupid. Yep, there it goes. I like how the 01 was a trophy in SSBM for no real reason. Like, there's nothing really else about Snap that even, at least directly relevant to Snap besides Pokemon that may or may not have appeared in the game. There's only 63 of the first 151 species in this game. Well, technically 69 if you count the 6 signs, but that's a thing for later on. So obviously the intention here is to take at least one decent photo of all 63 Pokemon in the game. Which of course inherently means I've got to get all 6 of the signs, because the last level has the last Pokemon, as you may or may not know.
Yes.
And this is the part where I get to go through a stupid tutorial and get myself reacquainted with the controls, because it's been a fair few years since I've played this. Yay, I've gotten decent Pidgey pictures, but I can actually get better ones. That might have been a pretty shitty Dodoy picture, to be fair. Apparently it's just like a cardinal sin to take a picture of a Pokemon with their back turned towards you. There's a stupid Pikachu. Butterfree's not overly easy to take a picture of, because it does kind of just flutter about all over the place. But you can generally get a decent one like that one, so there you go. Got Lapras. You got to keep taking pictures of Lapras over the course of the level, and eventually they'll just end up sort of showing up close enough for you to take a picture of. Can I get both these Butterfrees in the shot? It doesn't look like I can. You get extra... oh, got it. You get extra points for having multiple of the same Pokemon in the shot, so that's always nice to have. Here's just a random little Meowth, which we have to wait ever so patiently for. And there you go. There's a good picture of Meowth. So, starting off here, that you don't have a whole lot of access to. Like, you can't get all of the Pokemon in this area. You gotta wait a bit. Where's the... There's supposed to be a Lapras showing up here. I think I might have ruined that, which sucks. Oh, no, there it is. Stupid Pidgey getting in the way, but it's fine. I can get better pictures. A couple random stumps. So, I guess I should probably explain how the hell I managed to get this to work, assuming it is working and I'm not having to deal with any desync issues. Basically, I went and dug through this bloody wardrobe of mine and managed to pull out my Dazzle, which was the old recording device that I tried to use back in the day. I think I recorded a random little bit of Mario Sunshine and ended up copping a bit of desync. I used it with, I think, Pinnacle Studio or something like that. This is well before I found out about OBS. And so I basically just sort of gave up on it and upgraded to the Hauppauge. And for whatever reason, the Hauppauge, I mean, I got the Hauppauge to work, and so I basically just gave up on the Dazzle, and then the Hauppauge started to be a bit of an arsehole, so I got the Elgato HD60, and that seemed to have worked. I got that so I could record Doom 2016 off the Xbox One. And while I did record a full playthrough of that, I didn't really record any commentary for it. And then I just sort of gave up on that when I found out I was getting a computer. So I could just record it off of there much, much easier than I would recording it off the console. I ended up giving up on that as well and upgrading to the Elgato HD60 Pro. The difference between the Pro and the not Pro is that the Pro is actually an internal capture card as opposed to the external capture card that the HD60 is, and that basically just means I plug it straight into the computer instead of having to plug it in via a USB. So that meant that I pretty much had no, like, delay on the thing. Here I've got a little bit of delay, but I should be able to work my way around that. That seems decent enough. Once you've finished it in a level, you gotta go and pick all the pictures that you want to show Professor Oak. That's actually not quite as good as I thought it would be, but I'll give it a go. It should at least be in the middle of the frame, so it should give me at least a decent chunk of points. Always good to have that Meowth right there. There's an Eevee. Where's the... There we go, there's the Lapras. That's the best one, though. Decided to show Meowth's picture. I actually just noticed that I didn't take the pictures of these, Pidgeys, which kind of sucks because... that you get actually that particular kind of Pidgey actually gets you bonus points just because it's like doing a move or some stuff like that. Maybe next time I go to this level I'll check it out. I gotta go through different levels multiple times, so
yes.
So let's go ahead and show this off. Yes, it is indeed. Okay. So the way the scoring system works here is it checks out if there's any like special features about the picture, like for example the Pidgey using Gust, you'd get bonus points for that. Then it checks the size, then the pose, and the technique. If any of those are like not good enough, he just pretty much throws the damn thing away and just doesn't bother scoring it any further. So if the size was like really bad, even if the pose was good like it is here, he just wouldn't bother having a look at it because it's already shit because the size isn't that great.
Wow.
And as said before, if there are other of the same Pokemon in the picture, then you get an extra few points.
Wonderful.
So 3k for a Pidgey is not too bad, besides the fact that I could have used the Gust one.
Wonderful.
So... And for some stupid reason, continuing on with my capture card thing, I went and grabbed out the Dazzle last night. I wasn't able to do a whole great deal of testing because I grabbed it out and set everything up with about 10 minutes to go until Monday Night Raw, so I had to just sort of sit back and watch that.
Wonderful.
So, this is now basically, as I said at the top of the recording, the first time I'm recording this, and if it works out well, then...
Wow.
It will be the first segment of this LP. Also, that is a piddly amount of points for... Okay, whatever.
Wonderful.
I can't say I expected a great deal there. Indeed it is.
Wonderful.
Alright.
Wonderful.
And then Lapras, this will be good.
Wow.
Yep. An extra 60 points, so at least it pushes me over the 3k for that one. I don't even know where the other Lapras was in there or something like that.
Wait.
Alright, so we got the first 7 species, there's 56 to go, and I reckon I've got enough time to do one more level. Or at least one more run through a level. So I can have a look at the Pokemon report, and it should unlock the next course.
Yeah.
No real reason for me to go back to the beach for now. I'll just go and have a look in the tunnel.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of new species that I can have a look at. Okay, I thought you actually had to use the Pokemon food to set this off, but apparently don't need to. So now you got a Pikachu just sort of running on an Electrode. That's going to be its downfall, however, though, because, yeah, Electrodes kind of do have a habit of doing that. You should have known this. So, for whatever stupid reason, yeah, there's just Kakuna in here. I don't know why. It's a cave. There really shouldn't be any of them in here. Oh, hello. Yeah. Ah, dang it. I didn't get that one in the middle of the frame, so I can't show that off. There were more Kakuna in that image, though. Would have been nice to be able to show that off. Might as well take a picture of Electrode. I'm going to get a better one anyway, because they're better off when you let them blow up. So there's a Zubat, which I did not get in the middle of the frame. There's just a big old egg, which looks like it's made out of fur, but we can't do a great deal with that as of right now. That basically just tells you what you got to do. Obviously, I don't have the tools necessary to do that. This weird floating ball is in fact a Pokemon. So if you are inquisitive enough to take an image of it, like I just did, you will find that it is a Pokemon. Also, I just missed a Magikarp coming out of that pond, or spring, or whatever the hell. Let's see if I can get actually a decent picture of that. God damn it, stupid Zubat. Whatever. There's another one of those balls. That one's probably easy to take a picture of because it goes just in that straight circle. And Diglett. Now the trick here is you got to take a picture of each Diglett that shows up. And then eventually, instead of it actually being a Diglett that shows up, geez, that was a surprising amount of surprising increase in speed. Yeah, you get Dugtrios. And then you go over here, and it sets off two of them, and that's the best picture you can get of a Dugtrio, generally. So, not a whole lot left to do in this level. I'm actually kind of surprised at how short this level is. But whatever. Anyway, you try to take a picture of these Magnemites. They do that and sort of disguise themselves. So you can't take a picture of them quite yet. But I can just take another picture of Electrode for good measure. So, as you progress through the game and unlock more and more levels, you'll also get access to additional tools which you can use to assist you with taking pictures of stuff. I believe once you finish up here, one of those tools will become available to you and you'll be able to take pictures of course, Magnemite. In addition to that, you should also be able to bring the three together to make a Magneton and take a picture of that. And it becomes a hell of a lot easier to get a picture of an exploding Electrode. I can think of words quick, honest. Yeah, exploding Electrodes are a lot better pictures to take. So, yeah, you can just sort of save stuff in your album. I don't really give two shits about that. Anyhow, which one do I want? That seems decent enough. It's straightforward enough there. Now, do I want this one or do I want this one? I could probably get away with that one, but I'm not going to bother with it. I'll get other attempts to get all those Kunas in there. So I'll just go with this one because I know it'll be a decent picture. Anyhow, that weird ball turns out to be a Haunter. Not too sure if I want that one in particular. I like how this one was intended to be a picture of Zubat, and then it just turned out to be Haunter. That's kind of stupid like that. Zubat, that's about as good as it's going to get, I reckon. Bring a picture of Electrode. That's probably the best Haunter picture I've got. That's a nice straightforward, sort of half eyes closed picture of Diglett there, so that's always going to be pretty good. Trio barreling out of the ground, and I think that's about it, because that's not clear enough to be for me to show it to him as a Magnemite.
Yes.
Right, let's see if we get some decent scores out of this.
Wow.
Yep, that's one of those special conditions, so you just get a bonus of that for that. So you basically, if you have already put a picture of a Pokemon in the album, it will compare a new picture that you showed to it with the old one that's already in there. So at the moment, the special bonus for having a Pikachu on a ball is putting it over at the moment. And it is definitely going to kick its ass. 4,000 point Pikachu picture definitely beats the crap out of 2,760. So that's going straight into the album, the Pokemon report rather.
You were close.
And yeah, an example of what I was explaining earlier, because the Kakuna's size wasn't that particularly great, the rest of the points are completely forfeit because he just decides, nope, not big enough, it's shit.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's a bit, I don't even know, I was going over this in my head and was thinking he was all fucking J. Jonah Jameson like that, but I'm not even sure how accurate that is. I don't really watch Spider-Man, I don't really watch much of Marvel in any sort of capacity unless it's Deadpool.
Wonderful.
That's actually a pretty decent score for a Zubat, and I'm kind of happy with that.
Wonderful.
Somewhat respectable Haunter picture. Could probably do something better than that, but works. About to pop up, he reckons.
Wonderful.
Whatever. 3,000 points is generally a decent score to have with any Pokemon in general, so... And this one's gonna go pretty damn close to 4,000. Yeah, pretty close to 4,000, so... Pretty happy with that one.
Wait.
So, the fact that I've gotten 13 kinds of Pokemon in this first segment gives you an idea of how long this LP is going to be. This is basically just me trying to get over the cobwebs of commentary, because it's been 8 months since I finished up Duelist of the Roses, and I've been trying to work out what I want to do next. I've considered maybe trying to do a straw poll, but obviously the last time I did that, I ended up with my first ever failed LP. So, anyhow, gives you the Pokemon, apple-shaped Pokemon food. They're just apples. They just are apples. I don't know, I mean, obviously an apple is going to be shaped like an apple because it's a frickin' apple. Yeah, apple head. But whatever, they're apples. So the point is, you just throw apples at stuff and you can, for example, throw them at electrodes, get them to blow up, throw them at other things. To either piss them off or make them happy that you've fed them or whatever, something like that. So, haven't unlocked a new level because the food actually ties into our ability to unlock the new level. And that I'm going to be showing off in the next segment since I'm approaching 19 minutes. So, let's hope that there's not too much desync. I can work my way around that, and next time we'll keep on trucking.